Hello. Hello, everyone. This is my love note for the week, my little love note for the week. And a lot of things are happening right now. There's a lot that is going on, a lot of tears. There is there's a notion that there are many, many different kinds of tears. And we have so many different kinds of tears. And I have this little saying on my desk right now that says, let your tears come, let them water your soul. Eileen Mahue. And I think about all of the things that we're feeling right now and how important it is for us to feel all of the things that we're feeling. And I think that some of the issues that we're uncovering and discovering right now is because we haven't really acknowledged the feelings and honored the feelings that we are having about things. And so I think that what's essential is that we're acknowledging the feelings, but then we're doing something with them, like that we're making miracles with them somehow. Like we need to make miracles out of our lives and out of what we've been given. I'd like to open our conversation today with something from Thich Nhat Hanh, and it is from A Grateful Heart, edited by M.J. Ryan. I'd like to share this with you. It says, we are aware that all generations of our ancestors and all future generations are present with us. We are aware that all generations of our ancestors and all future generations are present in us. We are aware of the expectations that our ancestors, our children, and their children have of us. We are aware of the expectations that our ancestors, our children, and their children have of us. We are aware that our joy, peace, freedom, and harmony are the joy, peace, freedom, and harmony of our ancestors, our children, and their children. We are aware that understanding is the very foundation of love. We are aware that blaming and arguing never help us and only create a wider gap between us. That only understanding, trust, and love can help us change and grow. That only understanding, trust, and love can help us change and grow. And that is Thich Nhat Hanh. That's page 35 of A Grateful Heart. Page 35 of A Grateful Heart. And so I think about this, and I think about, one of the things I think about when I think about my ancestors, what a miracle. What an incredible miracle to be born, to have a body, to receive a body, to be able to, considering all the human beings that came before us, this very interesting line of ancestors, that each of us have this really interesting lineage of human beings that made us, that created us. So regardless of our opinion or our thoughts about that, the truth is that it's a big miracle to get a body, to have a body. And so that we have this body and that we are a spirit that is connected to a body is a miracle and a blessing. And so what am I focusing on? Am I focusing on these things that I can put energy onto that really doesn't promote my energy getting anywhere, right? Because we all have energy and we want to put that energy somewhere where it's going to do some good. So I would be wondering right now, where are some places that I can put my energy where it could do some good? And usually those are things that I love, right? So Thich Nhat Hanh is saying, we're aware that our joy, peace, freedom, and harmony are the joy, peace, freedom, and harmony of our ancestors, our children, and their children. And there's a belief that I have. I really believe that all children are my children, and all children are your children. All children they really belong to the world. They are citizens of the world. And then they grow up and they bring their own gifts and talents and all of their intelligence and beauty and life force and their power into the world to do its work. And so, our work is really to encourage their authenticity. And so if we think about authenticity, what does authenticity really mean? Authenticity means, it's one day at a time, right? So you can ask yourself, who am I in one moment? And and then 5 minutes later, it's like, who am I? And it can be a different who am I, especially, as the world is so new and as science is making all kinds of discoveries and as the world is changing so much, we're also changing. We're also changing. Saffron agrees. My cat, Saffron, has a commentary tonight. Don't you know? Yeah. Hi there. Hi there. Hi. I know. I'm doing my talk. Mhm. Saffron's very authentic. And so, if we are going to be authentic, that means that we need to ask ourselves and check in with ourselves about who am I right now, and how do I feel right now, and what do I value right now, and also one of the things that will let us know that we are authentic is that we're not pretending at any, like we're being real, like there's no pretending. And so, what happens if I'm not pretending? What happens if I'm not editing or rehearsing? What happens if I'm not hiding or appeasing? And so I just think that it's something interesting to think about, like what happens if I'm not pretending or editing or rehearsing. One of the first things that we do in my spiritual identity class is we take away that the social lying, that we don't get to pretend like something is happening when it's not, like even a phone call where you're saying, oh, well, I have to go. Well, to be honest about, oh, I need to go right now, but not to make up a story about how come we need to get off the phone. It's like how to be real and honest and authentic all the time, right? And as we know, we're constantly, excuse me, woo. And as we know, we're also constantly changing. And so, since I'm constantly changing, to be authentic is to know that we don't need to be perfect. We never will be perfect. We're not going to do anything perfectly, and that is okay. But what we can do is we can create understanding and trust and love with ourselves by knowing that who we are is enough. What we have to offer is enough. How we feel is how we feel, and that is where we're at, and it is just the way that it should be. And to be able to really hold and cherish and care for ourselves, and to hold and to cherish and care for also our ancestors and our descendants, the children that are coming into the world. And so I've been thinking about this, and I really appreciate, it was really interesting, like all of these miracles that are always with us. And I have a human being in my life who's so wonderful, and she gives me 4-leaf clovers. She finds them. Inga, a little shout out to Inga. And she finds these 4-leaf clovers. And here's one in one of my books that I found just as I was preparing for the class. And just to open my book and to see that it's like the 4-leaf clover in itself is a miracle. And then to see it in this moment and in this day is also a miracle. So what's beautiful is that miracles repeat themselves. And so, even if we think of like the law of physics, that, we could be sending out something into the world and it will make more of it. And so what are the miracles in my life? And who are the miracles in my life? And have I taken the time really to thank them and to recognize them? And I would like to think that there is a place of real peace that we can all find within ourselves. And that there is this miracle of peace. And I know that we've seen it here, that there's been this miracle. And the miracle of peace is like the miracle that I feel that really comes over me when I see this 4-leaf clover in this book that I really love, and that I was looking through for prayers and poems for this evening. And so there's a piece by Thomas Traherne, and it is, "You never enjoy the world aright until the sea itself flows in your veins, till you are clothed with the heavens and crowned with the stars and perceive yourself to be the sole heir of the whole world, and more than so, because humanity is in it. And they, as well as you, are inheritors of the world. And when you know this, your spirit fills the whole world, and the stars are the jewels, till you are as familiar with the ways of the Creator in all ages as with your walk, until you are intimately acquainted with that shady nothing out of which the world was made, till you love humanity so as to desire their happiness, everyone's happiness, with a thirst equal to the zeal of your own, till you delight in the mystery for being good to all. You never enjoy the world. You never enjoy the world aright until you can see all things in it so perfectly yours that you cannot desire them any other way, until you are convinced that all things serve you best in their proper places. And so you can never enjoy the world until you see it all perfectly yours and all perfectly theirs. So there's an equality. So you're familiar with the ways of the Creator in all ages as with your walk. And it's interesting to think about the equality of those stars, and to, as we say, or as they say in the human rights, the United Nations human rights, that there is this nobility, this inherent dignity in all human beings. And so how can we know, each of us, that the world is waiting for us, and that the world is filled with these miracles, and that we're one of those little miracles? Like, each of us is one of those little miracles, and that each of us has power and energy and love to give to the world and to share with the world, and that there's nothing else to do except to share our miracle, that we can share our miracle of our power and our energy and our grace. And I don't know how I did with this promise to her in peace, because I also changed many of the words in it to align it with this time and with what I value. But the changes, I hope, were a blessing to it. But to enjoy the world means that we are clothed with the heavens and crowned with the stars, and that we share that each of us, with our gifts and talents, each human being shares that with the world. So how can I do that without pretending or editing and rehearsing? And how can I share the truth of who I am, my authentic self? And if I don't know who that authentic self is, how can I discover that authentic self? By listening, by going inside, by accessing this incredible self, this incredible self that I was given. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, the generations of all our ancestors and the future generations are present in us. We are aware that that understanding is the very foundation of love. And that what we can do is we can return to our own elemental true nature. And so what is my own true nature? The best way that I found to connect with my own true nature is to look at what is happening in nature around me. And so if I can see what is happening in nature, then I can see what is happening in my own true nature. So with everything that is going on, where do I want to focus my energy? I want to focus my energy on what is happening in nature, where I can put my thoughts and my energy. I want to cultivate my authenticity and my own spirit by getting to know myself, and by also exploring what I can do to really celebrate each human being's humanity, and to celebrate that each human being is born with special miracles and with really beautiful miracles and blessings that they are here to give the world. And so, but what we can do is we can focus on what are my blessings. And one of the blessings we have, one of the many blessings that we're given, is the ability to feel. And if I can feel, I can notice what it is and where it is, really, where it is that I want to put my energy and where it is that I don't want to put my energy. So, where is it that I want to put my energy, and where is it that I don't want to put my energy? And I can ask myself that. And so, I love this um, by Kabir. By Kabir, friend, hope for the guest while you are alive. Jump into experience while you are alive. What you call salvation belongs to the time before death. If you don't break your ropes while you are alive, do you think ghosts will do it after? The idea that the soul will join with the ecstatic just because the body is no longer here, that is all fantasy. What is found now is found then. If you find nothing now, you will end up simply end up in with an apartment in the city of death. If you make love with the divine now, in the next life, you will have the face of satisfied desire. You will have the face of satisfied desire. By Kabir, and the version is by Robert Bly. And so, what is it that you desire? What is the connection with the divine that you desire? What is your true nature? What is it that your voice is longing to say? How can you align with life? How can you jump into experience while you are alive? Jump into experience while you are alive. Oh, my brother. Hi, Conrad. I love you. Oh, one of my beautiful brothers. I'm going to write back to him because I can do that. Beautiful. So I hope that you can recognize the miracle that you are, and Conrad is my brother, and he's with us, and he is one of the great miracles in my life. And so, how can you be a miracle and really step into your authenticity? Have a beautiful day. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye bye.